Good morning, you guys. I'm on this beautiful rooftop. I'm really waiting on my Airbnb host to see. Good Lord. I'm waiting on my Airbnb host to see if they have a password so that I can trade from up top. Because when I tell y'all it's gorgeous up here, not to, the apartment is gorgeous itself, the balcony, all that stuff is beautiful. But the sun up here, I'm just going to show you guys real quickly. It's incredible. First of all, GDL is the place for me. In case y'all don't know, I'm in Guadalajara. But I'm going to share this with you. I'm just waiting for her to message me back if there's a password for up here. If there's no password for up here, then I'm just going to go back downstairs and start trading. I figure we will paper trade today. So I'm not too concerned about the opening bill. I just want to, I know that sun is like, oh, that sun is everything. Okay, so I'm going to show you all this. This is why I want to work up here. So I'm going to show you all the view from up here. Oh my God. First of all, the moon just went down. I can see from here, I can see the sun and the moon. It's incredible. First of all, we had a trading journaling session this morning with Kathy Hampton. If y'all are not in Kathy's journaling session, please get in there. It's Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. I'll post the time or I'll mention it again, but I'm going to share this view with you, and then I got to check this message to see if the host gave me the password. But man, this is why I want to work up here. Look at this. I hope you can see it. I hope that sun doesn't just blare and white everything out. GDL is so good for my mental health. It's just always sunny. It's always accessible. It begs you to go outside. Yeah, y'all, that's a gorgeous pool. It's a gym. You know I need to be in there touching my toes, working on this belly. Good morning, Miss Vice. Good morning, y'all. I don't know where you guys are, but this GDL, y'all need to get here. Guadalajara is gorgeous. Don't tell everybody, because we don't need, all the clear people trying to get here. We want to save this little secret gem for ourselves. But when I tell you it's beautiful, it brings me such peace. I just came to the conclusion last night that I don't want to leave. I was feeling a little weird. I'm like, why is my tummy all flippy? And the fact is that my time in this Airbnb is coming to an end, but I'm not ready to leave GDL. I mean, my baby and my grandbaby in Mexico City sometime in April, and I was going to bop around and do some things until that time, but no, I don't want to do that. I think I want to just soak up these beautiful mountains. Good morning, Deborah. Girl, I know. I know. I'm just going, y'all need to get here. The skyline views from these apartments, I think they know. They know. GDL, the city planners know these sweeping mountains, because you're in a whole valley. So there are mountains. I don't even know how this works, but they're beautiful. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Hey, Linda. I'm waiting for my Airbnb host, you guys, to let me know if there's a password for this rooftop, because I wanted to work up here. The weather's beautiful. It's sunny. It's just such a healthful kind of atmosphere. That pool is cold as heck, but the gym is nice. It's got 360, well, no, maybe 270 views. And so I'm going to share this with you all, and then I got to switch over. Deborah, please come. Y'all, please come. Yes, I like GDL better. We could just chat it up, y'all, since I'm not live trading this morning. I'm gonna do some paper trading. I've got some calls. No. Do I have calls or puts? I got some puts I need to check on, but yeah, wait a minute. Let me check wait a minute. Smoly cannoli. And hopefully she will get back to me with a Wi-Fi password. If not, then I'll just go back downstairs. It's basically the same view, sort of, but I don't get the sweeping view of the mountains like this. So this is why I'm in love with GDL, y'all. Don't tell nobody. We don't want everybody to come and mess it up. I think that's what happened to Playa. It's very touristy there. GDL is not touristy. It is so authentically Mexican. I just love it, y'all. People are friendly. The weather is great. So I'm telling y'all my secret, but don't y'all tell anybody else. Okay, so here it is. We're going to take a walk around. This is the view. I hope the sun doesn't wash it out. Oh my God, I love this place. Y'all, please come visit me. Look, there's a grocery store. Can y'all see Soriana? Literally right across the street is a grocery store. Literally. I don't know if you can make out those mountains and those beautiful cathedral spires. This city was made for me. I love old churches. I love modern apartment buildings. So I get the best of all of it. I get the old, they're colonial buildings. I get the new modern apartment skyscrapers. Can you see that skyline, y'all? This is the view I get from my bedroom. I just want to share it with everybody. I want y'all, I want you to find whatever makes you happy. This place makes me happy. I could walk around here, and then there's the beautiful gym. I won't infringe on those people's privacy. And then there's this beautiful pool. It's like, really, y'all, please come visit. Please. It is all that. It's a beautiful city. It's one of the most dynamic cities I've been to in Mexico. So let me check and see if she got a Wi-Fi password for me. And then I'll be right back. If there's a password, then I'll stay up here. If not, then I gotta go back downstairs. That was the opening bell. So let me get over here and look. I think I'm gonna wind up going. Oh, sure. I'm just waiting for the bill. She says I'm waiting for the building manager. I don't think this is gonna work unless we can get that password. So I got a few minutes. Is there anything that you all want to paper trade today? Wait a minute. Live, live, right here. That thing's probably gonna pop in and out. So we'll see. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. I figure if she doesn't get back to me in like the next 5 minutes or so, then oh Lord, what'd I do? Let me get myself back. My camera. Y'all know I'm working from my phone. I'm signed in twice. Whatever. I've seen people do that. Now I know how that happens. Okay. Anyway, let me see if I don't need a guest. Let me delete my guest. Okay. And let's see if that perfect. Okay. So thank y'all. Hey Linda. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm trying to stream from up top because it's just beautiful, y'all. And to be honest with you, I need to be outside. The only thing about trading, and I'm pretty sure anybody who really trades will tell you, is that you probably spend more time than you want to in front of your computer. And that's not my thing, y'all. I'm an outdoor, I gotta get out that sun. I'm an outdoor person. I like to be outside. I would sleep outside, to be honest with y'all. I would sleep on that balcony if it didn't get so chilly because at night here in GDL, it gets pretty cold. So I'm just waiting. If not, y'all gonna see me. I'm gonna get on the elevator and walk back downstairs or ride back downstairs, go back in the apartment, and then I'll just stream from my laptop. But if there's anything that you're trading today, please drop it down in the chat. If there's anything that you want us to paper trade today, put that down in the chat too. And we'll just go from there. That's all I'm doing this morning. I'm taking it nice and easy. I'll keep checking on my puts that I have. Um, they've got, I'm pretty sure, till next week. So I'm not sweating it. I'm just keeping an eye on QQQ. I need QQQ down around 294. Needless to say, don't be mean. Swear, my life's a cautionary tale. I purchased three puts yesterday morning. And as soon as Jerome Powell started speaking, the thing took a dive. Y'all, greedy me should have just cashed out. I should have just cashed out when that thing hit because it hit like 294.88. That's where I needed to go. Anything in 294 will make me profitable. But no, not me. I didn't cash out. I'm thinking, oh, he's about to tank the whole thing. I'm gonna give you this one for free. See profits, take profits. If see profits, take profits. Most days I do it, but yesterday, I don't know. It happened so fast. I made that money. I was profitable with those three puts within the first, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, because I bought them maybe 15 minutes before. So it happened so fast. I just figured the rest of the day held such promise. I would be profitable, even more profitable. No, take it from me. When you see a profit, it's at least scale some of it off. I didn't even sell one, y'all. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. So that's my new mantra from now on. High elevation bother me not at all, and I'm so surprised because, well, no, let me take that back. Because the first few days that I got here, I did notice that my breathing was a little labored. I noticed that also when I'm in Mexico City. So, yep, sell two and keep one, Linda. You already know the formula. I could really be sitting here just as carefree. So now I still have to monitor those because I've got three puts out there and I need it to be, I want to say, even if it got to 295, I think I would be profitable. I have to look and see. So I'm waiting for my Airbnb host to get back to me. Hopefully there's a Wi-Fi password for up here so that I can work up here. It's so peaceful, so beautiful, so sunny. You know, sun is just good for us. That vitamin D, give it to me. Vitamin D, give it to me. That's the truth. I need vitamin D. That sun is so beautiful. So I put on a little hoodie because it's a little chilly here in the mornings and it gets chilly at night, but nothing more. It's hoodie. If you got a hoodie, you got all you need. So GDL is the place for me. Y'all, I should be over there in that gym. It's a full, when I tell you a full gym, it's nothing I hate worse than a half gym. Don't throw one elliptical, one ball, a couple hand weights, and a treadmill and call that a gym. Don't do that. That to me that speaks to the quality of the management. Nope, y'all. This has treadmills, full weights, all the machines. It's incredible. So, hey, Francis, we're doing something just a little different this morning. I'm trying to trade from my rooftop because it's so gorgeous, y'all. And I'm waiting for the Airbnb host to let me know if there is a Wi-Fi password up here. And she's talking to the building management. So if I don't have a Wi-Fi password in the next few minutes, I'm just gonna go back downstairs and then we'll do the live from there. Because this morning all we're doing is paper trading, and maybe watching the market, listening to the news, but definitely anybody who I know the gym and girl. Francis, it's a good life. I just have to thank y'all for this. It's a good life. Exodus Summit, thank you. Because it's a good life. And I came to the conclusion I had been kind of like in a little malaise over the last few days. And it's because I was prepping to leave here. I'm meeting my daughter in Mexico City and my grandson for a few days. And so I was prepping to leave. And I was not, I was feeling something. And the truth is, y'all, I don't want to leave. So, drum roll, I think GDL is going to be my new home. It suits me. The weather's beautiful. I know it's 39 degrees. It's okay. You're on the treadmill. Nope. You're listening. You're doing it all kind of right, sister. Francis, keep doing what you're doing. I should be on the treadmill. If I could ever figure out how to be on the treadmill and trade, baby, travel, trade, and tread, baby, that's a trifecta. We would really be doing something. You all let me figure out how to trade from the treadmill while we travel. We're going to start a whole movement. Okay, let me peek over here, see if she sent me a message. If not, then y'all give me 2 minutes. Hey, Marissa. Yay. Yep, I love it. I have come to the conclusion I'm not going to leave. I'm going to meet my baby and my grandboy in Mexico City. We'll spend a week there. And then I'm headed right back here to find me an apartment, y'all. Plain and simple. Or I might do, I still need to get over to Southeast Asia. So I may do that first, and then I'm coming back. But GDL is home. That's it. I know travel trade on the treadmill. We are a movement, y'all. I journaled with Kathy this morning, and she emphasized how we are creators. I'm telling y'all, if y'all not journaling with Kathy, you better go get you some in the morning. I left her live this morning so full. I'm telling you, it's what inspired me to come up here, because normally I would have just turned my computer on, because she finishes up at 7:30. I have to come on with you guys at 8:30. I would have just finished up, rolled into the front room, rolled into the living room, logged on. But I left her live this morning feeling like a creator. I'm telling y'all, life's good. So get you some good. And I will be right back. Let me go check on this. When my lease is up, I'm looking to pivot from Merida. Yeah. I went to Merida, Miss Vice. Merida was beautiful. It's calming, and you know it's easy. Merida, if I had to think of or describe Merida, I would say Merida's easy. Merida's easy living. It's slow living. It's slower paced. It's spread out. You have everything you need, baby, and they can do malls in Merida. But I'm not sure that Merida was giving me life. I need a place that gives me life. I'll look for it as soon on the Zoom. Yes. Yes, Merida's hot as heck. It is. It's a great place to reset. Yep. I loved it. I didn't get a chance to walk the way I wanted to in Merida because it was so hot. But y'all, they got a mall there that has an ice skating rink in it. What's not to love about an ice skating rink in your mall? I'm talking about that's year round. The best sushi I ever had in my life. And I mean that. I'm talking about the best sushi I ever had in my life. And I eat sushi everywhere I go. I know it's risky, but I do it. I don't care how far away you are from water. I want to see what your sushi tastes like. But Merida, I promise you, go to Kuro Uma. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm. If you like sushi, please don't miss that place if you're in Merida, because it is delicious. It's an event. Take your camera. The chef there, he is so caring with the food. Just beautifully curated. Get there. Okay, so let me check on this, y'all, because I don't want to waste any more time. We're 10 minutes into the trading day. Let me just check and see if she messaged me back. like, no, it doesn't look like this is going to happen, y'all. So I'm heading back downstairs because I do need to have good internet. And y'all give me, I don't know. We'll see if it doesn't cut off. I'll take you all just so you can see the whole shebangity boodle, the whole setup of where I am. Hold tight. I brought my everything. I brought I'll prep better live with Kathy and her journaling. And I'm telling y'all, go to Kathy's journaling. Like, it won't. I'll be downstairs in a couple shakes, and then we can go from there. Yeah, you should see this gym. It's a full on, for real gym. I don't know, man. Whoever designed this building, they did a great job. They made it. It's very livable. Oh, there's the elevator. Okay, I'm getting on the service elevator. So if it looks janky, that's what it is. Okay, let's see. How did you find Kathy? Okay, she journals Tuesday, Thursday mornings, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's on her live. She also journals on Sunday. Hold tight. And I'm not sure the time on Sunday. All right, y'all, I'm back. I'm back in the apartment. So give me a second because I got to switch off of this phone. And then I'm just going to jump on live on my laptop. And then we can start doing whatever it is we're going to do today. Y'all let me know if there's a company in particular that you want to paper trade. Like if you're thinking about buying Apple or you're thinking about buying Google or whatever it is, maybe we should paper trade it. We could talk about what makes a good entry. I'm going to open up this. So look, y'all, yeah, this is why I love this. Look, that's the windows, y'all. They open all the way up. The whole wall opens up. Who does this? Who does this? I'm gonna seriously see if I can't rent in here long term because it's just good for my psyche. No joke. It's good for me. All this sunlight and the birds and the mountains and stuff is good for me. All right. So I'll put y'all right here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and log on my computer. And then we'll be paper trading in 30 seconds. So drop if you're interested in any companies in particular, just let me know. Drop the company in the chat. Certainly, I'm looking to get not all tech. And you all know I don't like personally when I'm getting ready to jump back in the market for long hauls. I'm not an individual stock holder. I like ETFs. I like Kathy Wood stuff. I like QQQ. I like SPY. So I'm just an index fund kind of girl. I think it takes some of the guesswork out of whatever it is you're trying to, your investment objectives. Yep. So let me get on here. Let's see what's happening for the day. Mm. Morning, Marilyn. So glad you're joining us. I tried something new today. I was going to try to paper trade from the rooftop today, but it took them too long to find the password for the rooftop. So I'm just going to come back down here to my space. And now I got to find my doggone network. Let's see. It should sign in automatically. Let's see if I can go over to this. Um, So that's what we're doing. I'm just trying to get everything reset. establish the internet connection and everything down here in the apartment because we couldn't do it from up top. And I wish we could, Marilyn. You missed it. It is so beautiful up there. It's sunny and comfortable. They've done a great job in this building. Keyboard brightness. So, yeah, I'm just trying to find my doggone network so I can get signed back in. Okay. So, all right, y'all, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to switch from my phone over to StreamYard on my laptop. I know. Those birds. And wait a minute, y'all. These birds are polite. They are not, I don't mean any harm, but those birds in PDC, because you're like sitting right in the jungle, those birds were obnoxious. They would start in the morning so loud. It's just crazy. So, okay, at least we're up and running. Let's see. And we're connected here. So let me shimmy my little self over here to StreamYard. And I'm going to enter the studio from here. Let's see. I might be able to do both. I don't know. We will see. Okay. Okay. I don't know. You all know I'm learning. I am learning. I got to get off of this one. Feedback. I don't know which one. All right. I think we're together and we synced up. All right, y'all. So we're going to just that's Kathy on my TV, y'all. Whole story. That's Kathy. Another one of her live journaling sessions. I'm telling y'all, do yourselves a favor. If you do not have Kathy, I hope y'all can hear me and everything. If you can't, let me know. If there's anything going on, I know, girl. We just switched it up on them. Francis say techie. Look at that. Y'all know I'm learning. If anybody was here from the beginning, you all know I was using two computers side by side, face to face, Francis, when I first started. I don't even know that I had StreamYard. I don't know what I was doing. But when I tell you it was rough, it was rough. The grace that these women in this community has shown me, I don't know. It's undeserved and unmerited favor and grace, but I certainly and so humbly accept it. So I'm going to, while we're talking here, I'm going to go ahead and switch out of my real account and switch over to paper trading because QQQ is cutting up. She's shimmying right on up, Lord. Oh, Lord, she just shimmying up to the top. Let me see what this is doing. Whew. I'm in too deep now. So we just gonna have to wait for her to shimmy on back down the way she always does. Okay. So let me get over here. And if there's something that you guys want us to paper trade in particular, please drop it in the chat. I will, we'll go over, try to look at it, see what a good entry might be for today. If there's a good place to enter, if you want to put a call or put, we could just look at everything together. So I'm going into my paper money account. Is there anybody who has never, ever, ever like touched Thinkorswim in terms of putting a trade in? Because if so, then I can go really slowly and show you how to place a paper trade. So I just want to know, let's see, get over here to the chart. Okay, where's my chart? Okay, we got QQQ here. And I'll work with it because even on paper trading, it's almost kind of in real time. It's just a little lag, I think, maybe a few seconds or so. Anyway, all right. So let's get you all and get this thing into the stream. Let's see. I want to get, okay. Let me get my thing in here so we can share this screen. And we're off to the races, y'all. Let's get going. Okay. So just since this is our paper account, I can show you the money. Our paper account is doing good, just so y'all know. We're up $17,000 in our paper account. So I think anybody, if you've done anything in your paper account, you know they start you off with, let me look at that again. Yeah, they start you off. We lost a little because it was up to two 219,000. And I know when we lost those, when we bought the winning calls, we also had some puts. So not bad though, to be honest with you. We've made $17,000 from those just those few paper trades that we did together. So hey, it's coming together. Let me see. Let me add myself in here. Okay, so we're looking at QQQ. LUV, which is okay, Southwest Airlines for paper trading. Perfect. I will put Southwest on our list. I'm going to add it to the watch list. So, this is how you add to your watch list. And your watch list is, any stocks that you're watching. You can make multiple watch lists. Like this watch list that you see over here on the side for me, it has QQQ at the top, and then these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 top holdings in QQQ. Y'all know I throw Ford in just for good measure because I like Ford. I'm going to take our time frame down to the 2 minute. I learned that new the 2 minute from Oliver Velez. If you haven't followed him, please go follow Oliver Velez. I think he's great for new traders because he explains it. I promise you, the same way I'm talking to y'all is the way he talks. He said it himself. I knew this was true. He said, trading is not rocket science. You are looking at colors and patterns. It's true. I promise you. I think people intentionally make it seem harder than it is. One, because they don't even really want us there. That's what I think. But when he said that, I was like, yes, please tell the people. Oh, look at QQQ shimmying up here. Oh, Lordy. She's just on a little tear. She's gone up from 296 to 300. All right, y'all. Mm, we got a lot to talk about today. Ooh, do we have a lot to talk about today? Marilyn, I'm going to put my phone over here too. So if anything goes wrong, you can just hit me up, message me, like if the sound goes out, because Lord knows I'm notorious for talking and teaching, and the sound has been out for 35 minutes. So we don't want that. Good morning, Kathy. Oh, yes, QQQ is shimmying all the way up to the top. Well, and if you look at it, we'll look at it together. Now is probably not a good time to get in, like with a call. That would be chasing the play. So we're going to talk about that. I'll just kind of talk you guys through what I see. Okay, so Shauna says, I've set up my Thinkorswim account, but I haven't done anything beyond that. Shauna, if you know how to log in, we could paper trade together. Yes, Oliver Les trading is the truth. So, Shauna, I'll just ask if you're still here, have you logged in? Do you know how to log in? Because if you can log in, then you can follow along and paper trade with us today. If not, don't worry about it, because I think I'm going to dedicate next Wednesday. I'm taking it all the way back, y'all. Next Wednesday, I'm going to just work on paper trading in our Zoom. We're going to go from the login. So at least if you have your account set up, please don't fear, don't fret. Shauna, try it now and see if you can paper trade with us. I'll take my time today, ladies and gents, whoever's here. So it's just us. I'm not trading. My puts are already in play. They have a few days to cook. So all I can do is wait for QQQ to come on and shimmy right on back down, which she will do. QQQ moves on average anywhere from $3 to $6 a day. Her ATR, which is her average true range, And you all don't be out here on the internet quoting me. ATR, I believe, stands for average true range. But look it up for yourselves. You all know this is a learning community. Look it up for yourselves. But you'll see it. I have it in my chart on my live trading. So just so I'll explain to you guys what we're looking at, what we're going to do today. Let me move this out the way and move this. So if you're new to trading, like me, like most of us are, this is your desktop setup. This is Think or Swim. And on the left-hand side of the screen, it's set up the same way it is on your live trading. I know what I need to. I need to see. I'm going to pull up. I like to be able to see what you guys are seeing. So let me pull up my own live over here on something else where I can monitor too. Yep. That will help me stay on task as well. Over here on something else where I can monitor. Okay, perfect. That way I can see what you guys are seeing and I can follow the comments too. All right, so on the left-hand side of your screen at the top is your account information. And I'll share that in your paper trading account. They always start you out with $200,000. How generous. But what I say is you should be trading your paper trading account the way you would be trading your regular account. So in my regular account, I would never buy like 100 shares of stock because that's not how my money works. I don't have, well, I'm not going to say that. I just am not doing that. And for options, I would never purchase 20 contracts of QQQ. It's just not realistic and it's not helpful for me in studying how QQQ works. So I trade in my paper account the very same way that I trade in my live account. Yay, Shauna, you're logged in. Great. Shauna, does your screen look like this? Do you have off? I need to slow down. Are you in paper trading? You'll know that you're in paper trading because it says PM for paper money, simulated trading. If you don't have that up, if it doesn't say that, you're probably in your live account and you don't want to play around in your live account. No, you want to get over into your paper account first. So, Shauna, let me know if you're in your paper account or if you are in your live account. And that's anybody else who's following along with us. You don't want to play around with your real money. So you need to know the difference. And one way to identify your paper account is that it says up here in the corner, PM simulated trading. And it has this kind of brownish, mine is brownish orange rim around the entire perimeter of the screen. So check that first. And ladies and gentlemen, too, whoever's here, we've been doing these lives for a little while. I don't want you to be afraid. Get into that paper account. You can't mess it up. You can reset it every day. Let's say you get in there and you lose $5,000. It's okay. If that makes you uncomfortable, reset that joker. Reset it as often as you like. I like to leave mine up. I leave it. I leave my losses, my wins, all of it, because it's a real reflection of how my trading is going. So I'll start out over here. I started out with $200,000 too. And at one point, we had gotten that account up to like 220 some thousand dollars. So we had gained $20,000. Y'all, somebody could mimic these trades in real life and could have made that money. So let me just show you. It says options buying power, net liquid and day trades. So if I click on this, good. I just clicked on paper money. Good, Shauna. We'll wait. I'll wait for you. If you click on net liquid and day trades, another box, a dialog box will open up and it will show you your earnings. It'll show you, how much. It'll give you the date. So on March 5th, we were at $219,000.56. We were up 19,000. Somehow by the 6th, we were down to 218,000. On the 7th, I know what those were. Those were those We had calls that won. We also purchased puts, and the puts weren't profitable. So we were down 1717. So that's where we are now. We're at 2017, $217,726 in our paper money account. So I'm going to close that out. Also, underneath that, you'll see Trader TV. It is a good idea that if you're trading, to always have the news on, because news affects the market. Jerome Powell spoke yesterday. As soon as he opened his mouth, everything plummeted. Okay, 100,000 is great, Shauna. That might be, let me see, options buying, stock buying, options buying. I don't know if you can set that or change it, but $100,000, trust me, is more than enough for us to tinker around, the way we are going to. It's more than enough money to tinker around. So let me get over here. Yikes. Let me. Okay. Okay, I'm glad I came downstairs, guys. She just got back to me. There is no Wi-Fi password for the rooftop. Well, at least now I know. I'm gonna be talking to them about that, because this building, they should have a password for the rooftop. Okay, so let's get back to it. Off on the left-hand side at the top, you'll see options buying power. You'll see net liquid and day trades. That's just how you keep up with your money. So options buying power is just that. If you click it, I don't know. See, I don't know if you guys can see the dialog box when I tap on it, but it does open up, and there are two values there: stock buying power and options buying power. Our stocks did good too, y'all. I'm just telling you, go back and watch some of those lives. You can see the stuff that we bought. I think at one time we bought waste management. We bought a lot of stuff, and then we sold those things too. So currently I'm not holding anything in this paper account. So anything that we do today, we will, we'll just see. I'm looking at this QQQ thing. And so let's just go over what we see. Then we'll talk about what we want to purchase. Marilyn said, let's look at Southwest. So I'm going to come down here to my watch list, and I'm going to show you how to add something to the watch list. So let me shrink this TV. Okay, so if you notice, this says watch list. It says symbol, last. Mine does anyway. I think it's net change, bid, and ask. I'm gonna move this over so they won't be so crowded, so you can see. You can add any categories that are available to your watch list by hitting this little gear right here. So if you tap that gear, you'll see two words. It says customize and no sorting. I'm going to hit customize, and a dialog box opens. I don't know if it opens for you, but it opens for me. And I have symbol, last, net change, bid, ask. What else do I want over there? Percent change. I like percent change, because the percent change lets me know. I think that's the real value I need, the percent change over the day. ATR, which is average true range. I like having that too, because the average true range, if I put the average true range, which is the value that tells you how much that stock typically moves in a day. So for me, I know QQQ can move anywhere from $3 to $6 in a day. Well, if QQQ has already moved $5 in that day, you kind of have a sense that, okay, well, maybe she's done shimmying up the pole, because she's already shimmied up to $5. You might not want to get a call, or you just want to be aware of where that stock is. So that's why I put in the ATR. And again, I believe ATR stands for average true range, which everything that comes out of this new trader's mouth, y'all know I've only been doing it 6 months. All you gotta do is Google, or all you have to do is go onto the site just to double check it. If you ever find that I have misspoken, y'all know I'm a teacher. I have no ego. I've been corrected more times than I could tell. Just drop it in the chat, because what I don't want is misinformation when we're just learning. So from my memory, ATR is average true range. Average true range tells you how much any equity on average moves in a day. Why do you want to know that? And that means up or down, because you don't want to get in a move, or you don't want to enter into a contract when she's already popped a cork. She's already done her average true range for that day. You just want to be mindful of it. So I'm going to add that to my watch list. So we're talking about things that you can put on your watch list. I have the symbol, which is the ticker. Last, I'm putting that on my list, on my watch list. That means the very last price. That means it'll keep up with the price all throughout the day. You'll know every time the price changes. I like the net change because I like to see what percentage, has she gone up 10% today? That's important to me. Bid ask, you want to know that just in case you're interested in purchasing that contract, you want to see the price. I I got net change, percent change, and ATR. So I have all the things that I want. I selected them from that drop down menu, and I'm going to hit OK, and you'll see them. I'm going to move this over so you can see all of that stuff on my watch list. So let me move it over even more. Aha. So we'll just talk about the watch list, and I've got QQQ over here on the side still shimmying up to the top. Okay, so you can also adjust these columns like this. Can you guys see that? You can make the columns any size you like. I don't need a lot of space for the ticker. I'm going to move this over because I don't want to take up more space than I have to. And I think that's about the size of it. Let's see, I'll scooch it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so across the top, last, that's the last price. That is currently keeping up with every penny it goes up, every penny it goes down. If you see this number in red, that means that it's gone down from the last price that it reported. If you see it in green, that means it's gone up from the very last time that the price changed. You know what net change is. That's how many pennies, how many dollars it's actually gone up or down for the day. And you'll see the plus, in green. That means so far Tesla's gone up 56 cents. Pepsi is down 29 cents. And Ford is down not even quite a penny. The bid ask, we need that in case we want to purchase a contract. You want to know what that price range is because you're probably going to pay certainly less than the ask. And then percent change, I could move that over to net change. But percent change just tells me how much this stock is up from yesterday's close. So whatever it closed at yesterday, it is either up or down from that point. And then ATR is what we talked about, the average true range. So let me get over here to the chat. Living my dream. Good morning. Or average trading range. Thank you. See, y'all see, I'm telling you, we got smart people in the chat. Thank you, Living My Dream. How are you today? How are you? Shauna, are you on the desktop version or the web version? I don't like the web version. Other people do. They like the web version because you can toggle between paper money and live trading easily. I like the desktop version because for me, it feels like it's got all the bells and the whistles and all the toys and all of that stuff. So that's where we are, you guys. So now you see Here's the watch list. I'm going to show you how to add an item to your watch list. Marilyn suggested that we add Southwest, and Southwest ticker is LUV. So I came down here to the bottom of my watch list. There's a blank line underneath my very last entry, and I simply typed in the ticker LUV. Yes. The call letters that you see, the way a company is identified, it's called a ticker. And using the ladder to get in and out of your trades? Nope, but I will. All you have to do is tell me once. I have never tried the ladder, but I will. Trading. Let's see. All is well on this end. 3 trades and done for the day. Good. I just loaded it onto my iPad. Good, Francis. I'm going to work from my desktop moving forward because it looks easier to learn from. Yeah, I like the desktop version. To be honest with you, you can trade from either one. You really can. The desktop version has all the bells and whistles, so it's probably going to pull more on your internet connection. So if you're on the go, you probably don't want to work from your desktop version. If your internet is sketchy, you're at an internet cafe, you're on the move, it might be better to use the web version because it doesn't have all that stuff. I think streaming and pulling up this big program that really pulls, or it's a demand on your internet. So whatever version you have is fine, but I prefer the desktop version. And living my dream, I'm definitely going to check into the ladder to get in and out of trades. I don't even know what the ladder is, so we'll have to definitely have a talk about that. Okay. So let's get back to it, ladies. We taking it nice and slow today. Y'all see QQQ dropping down. Drop it like it's hot, because that's what I need. Okay. So we're looking over at our watch list. I just added the ticker LUV, which stands, love. Y'all know that is for Southwest. I want to say that they originated in Texas. I think they first started in Texas at Love Field. That might have been their first hub. I'm not sure why they picked Love, but I also know that they have that heart symbol. So I just love Southwest. I think they're a good company. I think they're a decent employer as well. So Love, I put it in, and all we have to do now is hit enter. And then you'll see the last price popped up. It looks like Southwest is trading at $34.14 roughly. It's up 24 cents today. You see the bid and the ask, and she's up. I think that I need to check myself. I always refer to equities as she. I hope that's not offensive to anybody, because everybody in the world knows my heart. I don't ever want to be offensive. I just refer to them as she. I'll work on that. But anyway, it's up almost 1 percentage point. And then we get to see the average true range or the average trading range. Either one, you guys look that up for yourself and make sure that you know what the ATR is. So for QQQ, it looks like, yeah, $5.36, which is what I said. In my experience, it's usually somewhere between $3 and $6 a day. So I know if I'm looking at it, yes, Southwest began at Dallas Love Field. I am not surprised that their ticker symbol is love, and they have a heart in their logo. It's a red heart. I love Southwest. Okay. So there you have it. Is there anyone who doesn't know how to place something on your watch list? Or is there anyone listening that doesn't know how to access the watch list? If you need help with that, drop it in the chat and I'll show you again how to get to your watch list. And just for kicks, I'll go over it again, y'all, okay? So let's do this. So there you have it. There is no watch list on my screen that you can see. The watch list is accessible right here about midway the page, there's this little sideways triangle. I call that thing a caret. I don't know where I learned that, but I've heard people call it that. So you tap on this little caret here, and it opens up that whole left panel. And in that left panel, you see account information, Trader TV, which I certainly suggest that you are watching Trader TV. And I'm going to do what I say do. I'm going to close up the account information just for safety. It's nothing there that you can see. This is our paper account. But just get in the habit, particularly, if you're not at home, if you're out, be in the habit of keeping your account information secure. I'll tap this caret here and expose our Trader TV. I'm going to also turn the volume up just a little. There's some options here with your Trader TV. You can watch the TD Ameritrade Network, or you can watch CNBC. I like them both. To be honest with you, I like TD Ameritrade News better because they give you actual calls. They give you actual plays. I like what's the other one? Let me hit it. Oh yeah, CNBC US. I like them better because they give you real, like, they're strictly news. They're talking about what's happening right here, right now, every minute of the day. So if you are interested in hearing actual plays, and I think they're doing one right now, they tell you the levels, they tell you when to get in, when to get out, all that stuff. It's pretty in detail. I've never taken one of those trades, because they do some pretty high level, straddles and verticals and all that stuff. We are talking about our doggone watch list, you know. So I right now I'm only doing straight calls, straight puts, because that's my skill level. But as we get better, we'll be up there doing straddles and calls and butterflies and iron condors and all the rest of that stuff too, if you so choose. All right, Marilyn, are we okay? I just want to make sure you guys can hear, you can see good. We talked about watch lists. Here you'll see it says watch list. You can name your watch list. You can edit them. You can do all those things right from this little. These things are called widgets. Is it a widget or a gadget? It's called a gadget. Okay. The only thing I don't like about streaming this way is that when I tap on these drop down menus and boxes, you guys can't see them. So hopefully when you're doing it along with me, you can see the drop down menu. But at any rate, this watch list for me is called QQQ and the top 9, and that's exactly what's on my watch list. I put QQQ in, and then these are the top 9 holdings in QQQ. I always toss Ford in because I like Ford, and we've added Love. Is there any other ticker? Hey, L. Is there any other ticker that you guys want to work with today? I've got all the ones that I would probably be interested in. I will add SPY. Okay. Thanks, Marilyn. I will add SPY simply because, that's like the industry standard. You definitely want to kind of see where SPY is. SPY, like QQQ, is an index fund that is made up of many different stock companies. So QQQ is heavy in tech. I think a little heavier in tech than SPY. And because I don't really trade SPY regularly, I can't tell you the top 10 holdings in SPY. But I bet you it's got some Tesla in it. It's probably got some Meta. It's got, all the big names. It's a mix. It's like the old school mutual funds, but equity funds, ETFs like this, they have lower operating costs. And I think that's why they're so attractive to investors. Another thing, they're like set it and forget it. You don't have to monitor them like you would a single stock. You just kind of drop your money in there. The market does what it does. And historically, it has, I want to say, performed above 12%, both SPY in terms of return, both SPY and QQQ. Now, the last few years, been a little sketchy. Things got a little dicey, but you can't go wrong, I think, as a new investor with an index fund because it really takes some of the guesswork out of it. It's managed by, I think, AI technology and, of course, some human beings, but not like mutual funds. Mutual funds had people that were actually in there doing the trades and doing all that stuff. Yay! Okay, so Shauna, you're on paper trade. Okay, I have to rewatch this because I'm working and missing stuff. I have my watch list up, but everything looks a little different. It's okay, Shauna. You may have an updated version from mine. As long as you know how to put things on your watch list, that's fine. Everybody knows where it is, what you can do with it, how you can edit it. I feel like this was a good morning. What we're going to do now is go over and talk about how do you actually place a trade. So you guys, I need to get my coffee. I need to get my paper towels and some water and stuff. Okay. And I will be right back too. I need just a couple seconds. So you guys get set up, get everything you need. And when I come back here, we're going to be looking at placing some paper trades today. We'll be talking all things paper trade. Give me about 2 minutes and I will be right back. Let's see. Absolutely. Talk about your business as we hear so much about the need to secure data in the cloud. A lot of companies purport to do this. Tell us what you do. NYSE is a company that specializes in data security. We have built a very sophisticated data security platform that essentially does three things very well. We find critical data and classify it, making sure that only the right people can access the right data, and we can very accurately understand abnormal behavior, and with that, we can alert on and prevent data breaches. The reality is that cyber attacks can come from anywhere and anyone, and you don't know where it will come from, but it's always going in one direction. This is the data, and our expertise is to protect this data very efficiently. How do you do that? Do you build walls? Do you monitor? Tell me in a way that I guess a non-tech person might understand. Yeah, we scan for the data, we understand where the critical data is and what is the potential access. Water? In reality, an average user in every organization can access more than 50% of the data that they need to access. And the way that breaches work, you can compromise one user, one machine, and many times it can come from insiders. If you will think about breaches that change the world, like WikiLeaks or Snowden, they are coming from an insider. We understand the behavior and making sure that only the right people can access the right data. We are doing this automated remediation of excessive access control and understand how people are using the data and can alert any abnormal. If you think about security, you have many layers, and you always trying to protect the digital assets. And we look at it, we are protecting the data piece like that. We are going from the digital assets, and if any of the other layers will fail, sure go, Shauna. Your data is protected. For many years, okay. All right, y'all, I'm back. I got my water. I got some coffee. I got some grapes. Okay, I still didn't get my paper towels. All right, I'll be right back. I get some paper towel. What does the purchase agreement or the revenue stream look like with your customers? They buy this software, they pay you for a recurring service, because I imagine there was a huge amount of adoption during COVID. Let's say in a theoretical world where every company has some kind of security for their data, how do you make money after that big development loan? No, it's... Shauna just purchased 100 shares of QQQ. Go, Shauna! Yay! Shauna, is that your first paper trade? Shauna, is that your first paper trade? Just take your time. Marilyn, y'all better listen to Marilyn. If you don't have a Marilyn in your life, you need one. Marilyn is so comforting and soothing and reassuring. It's everything you need in a sister friend. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Yep. Go, Shauna. Shauna is up at paper trading, y'all. mm. Now, Shauna, the only thing with purchasing shares is that you only make money on shares, whole shares, if the stock goes up. With options, you make money if the market goes up or down. You purchase a call if you think it's going to go up. You purchase a put if you think it's going to go down. So shares are great. QQQ is great anyway. QQQ for me would be a very long hold. That's one of those you buy it and you just let her do what she does. Because over time the market inevitably is going to go up. It's some rocky times now. But again, we're just practicing. So congratulations, Shauna, for placing your first paper trade. I don't know. Is this your first paper trade? Shoot, you might have been paper trading for forever, for all I know. All righty. Congratulations, sister. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get into it, folks. Let's just get right to it. Let me move this out the way. And I'm going to turn the news up just because I really do like to hear. Over the long term, is there a competitive aspect? I'm going to switch from TD Ameritrade to CNBC because I do want real time news. I want to know what's happening in the world. And
what are you seeing as far as China?
TD Ameritrade, they do the live news, like what's happening up to the minute, of course, but they also spend a fair bit of time on just trading, period, like calling plays and stuff. And I don't necessarily need to hear that right now. But let's look at something really interesting on this chart. And you all know, first of all, I say this, anybody who's new here, I started trading less than 6 months ago. I am not an expert. This is a learning community. So if you hear me say something that is slightly askew, please jump in that chat. Do not allow me to put misinformation out, I taught for many, many years. And let me tell you, the worst thing in the world you can do is give someone, a new learner, bad information, because now you've got to unlearn that and then learn what is real and true. Move the banner. Got it. Gotcha. Thank you. We work together. This is a family. Thanks, Marilyn. Marilyn's my eyes and ears, y'all. Okay. So I want you all to look at something really quickly. I'm going to shrink our watch list and all of this stuff. Even if I shrink it, you'll still be able to hear the news. It doesn't shut it off. I'm going to hit this caret and that goes away because I want you to look at this. This is just an observation. Just an observation. Here we have 3 indicators. This first one is called the MACD. This second one is your RSI. And then down below, I have I call it the lemon squeeze, Lord. Y'all know. But it's called a TTM squeeze. And they help you just kind of interpret, in addition to the candlesticks, what's happening. Like, where is this thing in terms of price? Because we always want to know where an equity is in terms of price. Like, what did she do relative to yesterday? Where are you in terms of your ATR? How much they've gone up, how little. And you also want to know how fast it's moving, like momentum. So these indicators help us just make sense of it. The first one here is volume. And I know I'm repeating. So if the collective is like, we don't need you to tell us what volume is again, just drop it. Just say, we know volume, but I don't know who's in here. And I want to always make sure that anyone that's watching, you could be the just basic, just dropping in for the first time. I want you to understand everything that you see. So these bars here represent volume. And by volume, we simply mean how many players are in the market, how many buyers and sellers are present at any given moment. My chart is on 3 minutes. Every candlestick that you see represents 3 minutes of buying and selling. Yep, continue, repeat, learn, because we're going to get this. I'm in no hurry. I am in no hurry. I'd rather do it right, take my time, understand everything I need to know. I'm not in a hurry. So, y'all don't feel bad. If you've never even looked at this stuff before, don't feel bad. You are in the place you need to be because somebody needed to take me by my hand. And when I do it with you guys, it helps reinforce it for me too. So every candlestick that you see on this chart represents 3 minutes of buying and selling. The colors tell you who was predominantly in charge. Don't get it twisted. Just because it's green doesn't mean there were only buyers. No, sellers were present too. It's just that there was a preponderance of buyers. There were more buyers and they were more powerful or more impactful in that first 3 minutes. And you can see, yeah, look how tall that volume bar is. And that's all this is. You don't have to look at a value or anything. You could just use your eyeballs and see, oh, that was certainly way more volume in those first 3 minutes. And you can see how volume kind of trailed off. Simple. This is not math. This is not rocket science. So we're just talking about in terms of how tall this bar is. This very tall bar tells us there were lots of buyers and sellers, and the buyers were the winners, more or less, that 3 minutes. And that's all this is telling us, who's in the market and who was taking charge. I've heard, okay, Francis, at the top, these are called candlesticks. I have also heard Oliver Velez. He's the only person, to be honest with you, that I have heard call these bars too. I don't generally use those words interchangeably because I need to have a way to distinguish these down here in volume. So I refer to these up top in the chart as candlesticks. There's a candlestick Bible in the Google Drive. I urge you, please go look at it. There are a couple candlestick resources in the Google Drive, all free. If you don't have access, email me. I'll send you an invitation. So these are candlesticks. Francis, I refer to these, all of these down here as bars, just a very generic term for, how to describe these. So these are bars to me. These are candlesticks. Does that make sense? Okay. So these bars represent volume. How many people are buying and selling at any given time? Yep, we got a Zoom next week, next Wednesday, and we're going to do nothing but paper trading and basic stuff. Kathy, I'm running your lives in the background. So if you all look at my TV, you're going to see Kathy. No, I'm not stalking Kathy, but it's a way for her to get credit for it's a view. It's a view. It's actually, even though the TV's watching me. Okay. So, yes, these are candlesticks. These I refer to as bars. I even refer to these down here on my MACD. I refer to these as bars. And down in my TTM lemon squeeze, I refer to these as bars as well. so that we have a common language. Okay, so just looking at this, you can tell right now there was way more activity in the first 6 minutes of the day than the, ninth, 9 minutes, 12, 15 minutes. Volume went down. Probably some people got in the market, placed their orders, and did whatever they wanted to do, and they're on their merry way. I know. Let's get credit for all these videos. We should. I'm telling you, do your friends a favor. Just play their video. I'm telling you, it costs you nothing. So here's volume. I can tell that in the ninth, 9 through 12, 12 through 15 minute, that sellers were in charge. These bars are red. There were more sellers, they took over. And you can see that price came down. And then you can see where the buyers were in charge. Sellers were in charge. Buyers were the preponderance. That's all this is. That's not rocket science, y'all. It is simply using your eyeballs. If you don't believe me, listen to any of Oliver Velez's videos. He says the same thing. Trading is not rocket science. It's basically you looking at colors, you're looking at patterns, you're looking at relationships. One second. Okay. So volume tells us how many people are present and who was the winner for that time frame. MACD here is different. This is a trend indicator. And this is where I need my experienced traders to come in because I want to make sure that I'm using accurate language. But it's a trend indicator. It tells us where we are in the trend. And you'll notice that when it's red, price is going down. When it's green, price is going up. Now, it doesn't mean it's only going up because price is always vacillating up and down. But that's what this oscillate. It's called an oscillator too. It's an oscillating indicator. Child, that's nothing but fancy talk for it keeps track of like how strong the trend is. So you can tell that when the bars down here are bright green and they're getting taller, price is going up. And the taller they are, that's the indication of the strength of that trend. The color is also an indicator of the strength of the trend because these bright green ones pop up when price starts going up. As it starts to lose momentum and that trend starts to wane, you can see that they turn dark green and they get smaller. This happens all throughout the day. All it does is go up, come down, go up, come down. And then you'll see the bright red ones come in and they start getting bigger, bigger, bigger as price goes down. And then you'll see they turn to this dark red as that trend starts to wane. And that's why they call it an oscillator because all it does is this all day, up and down, up and down. Your job as a trader is to figure out the best place to get in to take advantage of either an uptrend or a downtrend. Your job is to figure out when to get in and when to get out. I promise you, that's all it is. Oliver Velez said this too. Yes, I'm gonna be quoting him for forever. It's this trading is about two things: either the price going up or going down. Either we win, we make money, or we lose money. It's just it's not complicated. I think I want everybody to leave here. If you've spent any time with me, I want you to know trading is not for somebody else. It is not for the financially savvy. It really isn't. It's a skill that you can learn. And if you practice and get good at it, you can make some money. But you got to be smart. Okay, so that's our MACD. The red bars indicate when the price is going down or the trend is downward. The green bars indicate when the trend is heading up. And there are two colors. You've got that light green, that really bright green. That's when the trend is strongest and it's got momentum and it's moving up. The dark greens are when the trend starts to wane and you can just see it. It's just up, 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 down, down, down. Same is true for the red. They're really bright red when the price starts going down, and then they are a darker red as that trend starts to wane. If you notice, let's see, I'll skip down to our lemon squeeze, our TTM squeeze. Does the same thing, just uses different colors. Forgive me, those grapes were calling my name. Just it does the same thing. The TTM uses blue, a dark blue, a light blue, red, and yellow. And so far, we don't have any red and yellow today because there hasn't been a significant price drop. So we'll see that. Anyway, dark blue, you can see it. Price is going up. When the price really started to go up, you got these light blues. As price started to come down, you see these dark blue ones. And these little green balls down here at the bottom, they mean something too. This is where the novice trader in me just calls it like it is. I'm not exactly sure, but I tell you what, C-Bar told me this. These colors mean something too. So find out. Just Google. You can Google anything. Google TTM squeeze, and they'll tell you what those little green dots mean because they mean something. Because sometimes they're green and sometimes they're red. I don't know if I've seen them any other color, but learn your indicator for yourself. Maybe you like this indicator, maybe you don't. I like it because it's color coded. It's easy to read. These old eyeballs, I don't have to interpret too much. I can just look at the color, I can look at the size of the bar, and that's information about what the price is doing. How easy is that? Okay, the last indicator that I'm going to talk about is this RSI. And RSI stands for Relative Strength Indicator. There's also an RSI that's Relative Strength Index. Google that for yourself too, y'all. I wish Living My Dream was here because he could get us straight. He's been trading a while. He's a great resource to our community, and he doesn't let me get too far off the rails. But the RSI is kind of called the heartbeat of the equity because it's really keeping track. At the top, there's a value of 70. At the bottom, there's a value of 30. When it's at the top, like it is now, it's oversold. When you see that red, that means all. No, I'm sorry. I do that every time, y'all. It's overbought. These are buyers. When buyers come in and they shoot the price up, it's overbought. When you see it start to go down, if it goes all the way down to this bottom line in the 30 area, the value of 30, mine on my chart turns blue. Yours may or may not turn colors. I set it up that way because I'm visual. I like colors. It is oversold. So at the top, overbought, at the bottom, oversold. And that's significant too. Yeah. So you can see as prices going up, look, you see how it's riding that thing. One thing about it, when you see it up there like that, it can't stay up there forever. So don't assume, oh, price is going up, it's just gonna keep going up. No, it's not. Price follows like average pricing. There's only a range that this thing can go and move that's sustainable, and so it won't stay up here forever. Here is my observation. Depending on other conditions, whenever I see my RSI is here at this high value, my mind says I need to start thinking, is this an opportunity to purchase a put? Because it's not going to stay up there forever. It has to come down. That's just my thinking because there's so many other things I need to check before I purchase that put. But I'm telling you, if all the stars line up and you can catch that thing up here, it's going down. Look at that. And it didn't take long from here to here. 369. That was 9 minutes. The price dropped from $394, almost 301, all the way down to $299. It's a little quick for me, but that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a long, steady trend. For me, I would have been much more comfortable. Hey, had this stretched out maybe another 9 minutes, that's a good money making move right there. So you want to use all of these indicators to help you decide. And the only decisions we have to make as traders is how to get into this trade, how to get out, how much to risk, how much money do you want to invest. That's it. It's not hard, I promise y'all. And I want everybody to get this. I want you to see it. So here's our RSI. It does that thing. It does the same thing all day. It goes up, it goes down. Well, if you ever see it way down here at the bottom, that might be an inkling that perhaps I could consider getting a call. But there's so many other things you have to consider. But if it's way down here at the bottom, it's going to go back up to the top. It does that all day. That's why I love trading. You just have to find the right setup. If you find the right set of conditions, that's what I mean by a setup. If you find the right set of conditions, man, you can make you some money. Okay, so we talked about what we saw. Let's get ready to look at, I'm going to go back over here to my watch list, and I'm going to click on love because I want to look at Southwest. I want to look at this chart because we're going to be looking at a place to enter, perhaps today to purchase. And right now, just looking at it, I can tell you I don't necessarily see a good entry because it's already, I don't know. I have to look at it and see. You all can see too. You see the difference in this volume here? You see how tiny these volume bars are? One of the reasons that I trade QQQ is because it's so liquid. QQQ at any given moment of the day has hundreds of thousands of people buying and selling. That means all throughout the day, you have multiple opportunities for that that ETF to go up or down. Now, if you're looking here with us at Love, it's not as liquid. It's just not as many people trading it. In other words, it moves slower. It just moves a little slower. It's the same with Ford because not everybody wants to trade Ford. Not everybody wants to trade Southwest. Does that make it not a good trade? Absolutely not. It still moves, it still makes money. So the volume here is a little lower. You can see that if you wanted to know the values, you can see it on the side. They have a measure here. We can see that it opened up. Let's see, this is a red candle, opens high, closes low. It opened around $33.89. I can tell that by taking this line and I put it right on the top of that candle and I just look for the value, that gray value that's off here on the side, right where my pointer is, and that tells you it was around $33.98 or 38, yeah, $38.89, somewhere around there. So that's how I use those lines to determine price level. I keep those on. So it opened there, and right now it has gone all the way up to $34.24. So if someone purchased a call this morning, they would have they could have some gains here. If you cashed them out, you got some realized gains. So I'm looking at it, and because we're practicing, what we're actually practicing today, I don't want anybody, I want to be clear about what we're practicing. We're practicing the mechanics of placing a paper trade. What we are not doing is analyzing to make sure, is this a good place to enter or not? Because that's another day. Let's just talk about what we see and the mechanics of how to place a paper trade. Later, we'll talk about where's a good place, what's a good time. But for now, because that requires a little bit more thought, and a little bit more planning. We would to find a good setup, you really have to be patient. You have to make sure that your indicators are all saying it's a go. And I don't want to confuse you all with that. Nope. We're just going to place a paper trade. That's all we're going to do. We're going to talk about what you need to do and how you need to do it. We'll place a call. Well, we can do this. I will go back and look at this stock over time, because when you look at it over time, when we go back, it will at least give you some indication. Do we think it's going up or going down? Okay, so we're looking at it on the 3 minute. But what I really want to do is I want to look at what this stock has been doing all year long. I just want to see where she is. Is she in an uptrend? Is it in a downtrend? Is it just trading sideways? So I'm going to start out. I've got a 20-year on mine. So I'm going to look at, just for kicks, what has Southwest been doing over the last 20 years? And here we go. So this goes all the way back to like '02. And you can see at one time, Southwest was trading for $4.95. That was the low. Yes, yes. Please, new traders, I always recommend Ford. Ford trades anywhere under $15. I don't think I've seen Ford above $15 in a long time. Ford may move an average of 50 cents a day. It's so slow. She may tick up 2 pennies, but at least you get to see how that tick up affects your profit. If it ticks down 3 cents, you get to see how that affects your profit. I like slower tickers. I like lower price tickers, but I don't fool with penny stocks, y'all. This is not that. We are not doing risky investments. Hey, CA Williams, I need your first name. We're not doing penny stocks, y'all. I don't do risky things. I just don't. I'm all about blue chip stocks, blue chip companies. They've been in business forever. This is not get rich quick. I'm not into the get rich quick thing. We want solid things that we know will be here. We want good companies. I read something last night that Warren Buffett said. He said, you shouldn't buy anything that you wouldn't be happy to hold if the market closed down in the morning and didn't open for the next 10 years. I agree with that. I don't fool around. I don't, hey, Carol, I don't fool around with that stuff. I'm not saying that there isn't a place for it in your investment strategy. I just don't do them because that happened to me, y'all. You know, it did. I told y'all I bought Target. I bought the stock and it didn't do what I wanted it to do, or I didn't pay attention to something and it tumbled. Well, I'm left holding it because, of course, I'm not going to sell at a loss, but I'm okay with Target. Target's a solid company. It will rebound, it will come back. I don't mind. I've been holding Target for so long. I only check it every now and then just to see where it is. It's a long hold for me, and I'm okay with that. I would have been ticked off had I purchased something obscure that I really didn't know anything about. And now I've been holding Target for over a year. I don't want to hold things I don't believe in. That's just me. I don't want to hold stuff that I'm not proud to tell folks that's in my portfolio. I'm okay with Target. I'm okay. It'll rebound. I know that. So Southwest could be one of those stocks too. We know Southwest isn't going anywhere. We know American Airlines isn't going anywhere. So let's say we get in here and we were purchasing shares and it doesn't do what we expect. You got time. Just sit back, relax. She's coming around. So you can see at one time, Southwest traded as low as, I mean, under $5. That was back in '09. At the height, in it looks like somewhere between 2017 2018, it was trading for almost twice as much as it's trading for today. It was at a high of 66.99 and $67. Yes, that's almost double. That's why I'm telling y'all, pay attention. Yes. Carol says, I invest in businesses that I use. Yes. Also, invest in things that you understand. You understand Apple. We understand how our phones work. We know when sales and demand is up. That way, you really, some of your research is being done for you because you already know the company. You see it. You use the products. You know everybody who uses them. So yeah, I stay away from penny stocks, risky things, obscure things nobody's ever heard of. I don't chase stock tips, none of that. It's enough money out here in blue chips, aristocrat stocks. It's enough money to be made that you don't have to risk like that. I just don't prefer it. But you guys do whatever y'all want to do with your money. So you can see now it looks like Southwest is trading just under around $34, literally almost half. So y'all, from the height, it's like Southwest is on sale. It's half off. It's half off from the high. So, you want to start thinking. I don't give investment advice. I'm a novice trader who shares her platform. I shared what I know from my kitchen. Do not take stock advice, you all, from anybody on the internet that tells you they've only been trading 6 months. It's not wise. But we can certainly learn here together. There are 18 people in here. There are people in this chat that know way more than me. And what I love is that they sit quietly, and as soon if they hear something that's off, they jump in and they don't let us go astray. I love that we have these resources at our fingertips. Hey, Frank, it's so good to see that's my trading brother. Hey, my trading brother. It's so good to see you. So we're looking at Southwest, and Southwest is really on sale, you guys. Think about it. It's almost half off from the high. So if somebody was interested in this, you might want to keep your eye on it. Is it going to go lower? I don't have no crystal ball. I do not know. My feeling is based on the market, I think it may. And we're looking at it. It looks like it had been in an uptrend, and it looks like we had been in a good little downtrend. So there you have it. That's over 20 years, and each one of these candlesticks represents a quarter. Let's bring it in a little. Let's look at what Southwest has done over the last year. So I'm going to go to my time frame and change it to 1 year. And so now this represents each one of these bars. Hold on, let me see what it is. It's I want one that's 1 day. Here, I want this one. 1 day, 1 year. Wow, this is Southwest over the last year. And you can see back in April, Southwest was trading at $50 and some change. So we're down to $34. I would say, I think it's safe to say that we are in a downward trend. We were this we're at $50 in April. Fast forward, that was April last year. Fast forward to March this year, we're down to $34. Over the course of the year, she's lost about $15. I would say that's pretty much a downward trend, and we haven't deviated much. In October, the low was 30. So at least we aren't at the near the October low. But you can look at this. This is just you're looking, just looking. Nothing. It's no math. I haven't taken a calculator out. I haven't done any paper math, nothing. We're just looking with our eyes. So for me, this is just me. Every day I'm looking at this, I can see, okay, well, it was going up. It looked like an upward trend. Looks like it took a downturn and then it went up again. And now it looks like it's just trading sideways. I could go in a little smaller. Let's look at Southwest by the week. What has it been doing weekly? So we're shrinking the time frame just so we can get a really good beat on what kind of trade would we place if we could place a trade. Okay, so she was up at 64.75 back in April, and it's just down. At least it's not a violent down, it's just a slow shimmy. It's a slow shimmy down. And so if I were going to place a trade, my mind is now thinking, okay, she's in a downward trend. I might be thinking put, but I want to look at it even more closely. I'm going to look at it on the daily chart. I want to know what has she been doing day to day. So I'm going to look at one day. I'm going to look at this stock every day over the last year. I just went to my time frame and I changed it to one day for a year. So now what I'm looking at is Southwest over the course of the whole year. This last year, every day. The low again was sometime in October. So I just want to see what she's been doing these last few days. I'm going to make it a little bigger for myself. You can see, look at that. She has some good days here. Up, up. This was a good day, but it looks like it was earnings or dividend was paid. Yeah. And so up, 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 up. And then it started going down, down. And right here, you can see what I would consider consolidation. Price hasn't changed much. Looks like it was a low at 33. It's gotten up to 34. It's just been trading in this little range for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for like the last 2 weeks. It's just been, not a lot of price. This is significant, y'all. When you go from, let's see, a height of $40 all the way down to 32, that was an $8 drop. That's some good money. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can buy a contract that lasts 11 or 12 days. You purchased it here. You purchased a put, and that price dropped like that. You're going to be a happy camper. So that's what our job is. Our job is to read the chart and try to figure out. And so for me, because Southwest has just been trading in this range, and I don't see, it looks like the trend is about to change. I hope you guys can see this. I'll make it bigger. I'm looking at my MACD. You can see where price was dropping, and then that trend is changing, and you see this green coming in. It looks like it's about to start going up. Over the last 2 days, price has been going up. I want to say that might have been after this dividend or earnings or something. You can see there was some pretty good volume. And right here, we've got this little crossover. And this is starting to turn green. So maybe, even though it's in a downward trend, who knows? Maybe the price might be ticking up a bit. I'm going to look even closer. I'm going to look at it on the hourly chart. I want to see what is she doing today. So now I'm going to look at it hour by hour, just over the last few days. And yes, look at this. This just is so true. This was on Tuesday. There was a low of like $33.31. Today it got as high as $34.38. So yeah, price is going up. I'm looking at my indicator here. Price is going up. But see, I think this trend is starting to cool. So I'm not so sure. This is on the hourly. I'm going to go back. I'm just looking to predict, not even predict. I'm trying to see what it's doing. We know this was price going down, price going up. That's all we're trying to do, trying to figure it out. So let me go back to the weekly. I'm going to look at it on the weekly and see, do I think it's telling me over the next week price is going up or down? And I just can't tell. This is too tight. You see how it's sitting, the RSI is sitting at this 44. That's smack dab in the middle between, it's closer to here really, but it's just in the middle. And this is starting to turn red. This is showing red. To be honest with you, I would probably buy a put. On the weekly, this trend is just starting.
It's just coming in red. These are just so faint. There's no clear trend. So I don't know. I'm going to say put. But what we can do is buy both. Oh, yeah, y'all. We're just going to buy both. So, but my heart says I think price might continue to go down. It's a down market. I see these reds starting to come in. Yesterday was a red day. Even the day before when it was green. Oh, that's a week. This week has been a red week. The week before, even though it was a green week, it's just, wasn't a lot. So let's go and get to the get to. We are ready to place our first paper trades. I personally am going to say I believe my thesis is a put, but we're not focusing on that. We're just going to get in here and do them. So, how do you place a paper trade? At the top of your screen, there's a tab that says trade. Please tap on that tab. It will reveal your options chain. I'm sorry, y'all got distracted. I was trying to read the comments too. Y'all know I want to be in the comments with y'all. Okay. So we revealed our options chain. And if you look at the options chain, you'll see their days here. These days represent the expiration date. Underneath these, if I tap it, you're going to see the actual contracts that you could purchase. Right next to the date, the expiration date, you'll see a number in parentheses. This number tells you how many days before those contracts expire. So if you purchased a contract under this tab, it's good for 1 day. It's going to expire in 1 day. I don't usually do those because I'm new to trading and I like to give myself time for my trade to work out. But experienced traders, they buy these contracts all the time, same day expiration trades, because they're sure of their move and they know that they're going to get in and get out. The more time that you buy, if you buy a contract under this tab that let's say the March 24th expiration, that has 15 days before it expires. That contract's going to cost you a lot more. As we go down the options chain, you can see they have contracts that don't expire for 300, that's like a year, 316 days. Trust and believe those contracts are going to be a lot more expensive than the contract that expires today. Well, that makes sense because you're really buying all that time. Trust me, in 360 days, your trade is going to work itself out. If you purchase a put in 316 days, it's a good chance that thing is going to decrease in price. So that's why you pay more for it, because really what you're buying is the safety and security. It's like buying time. If you buy that 1 day, you better have it right. You don't, it's cheap because you got one shot. You better get it right. And it's a fair number of people are not going to get it right and they're going to make money. The market makers are going to make money on those. So I usually give myself time. It's less stressful for me. It then makes it possible for me to swing trade. People who trade within a day, there are two kinds of traders. They're scalpers, and I love a good scalp. A scalp means you're in and out. You called it just right. You picked the direction correctly. You picked a great entry. You got your exit. That's a scalper. You got to be working with some precision. That's precise. And they use 1 day contracts. They're cheaper. They don't need the time because they know they're going to get in and out. That's not how I'm trading these days. I've scalped though, but even when I scalp, I still buy myself some time just in case that thing doesn't work and doesn't go in my favor. So more than likely for me, I usually buy somewhere between the 8 and the 15. I buy those. Let me see. Oh, that 100, that number 100 that you see there is nothing more than telling you that one contract, if you purchase one contract, you are actually controlling 100 shares of that equity. Whatever it is you buy, one contract actually gives you control over 100 shares. So if the price goes up $1 and you own 100 shares, you get $1 on each one of those 100 shares. That's why options are so profitable. They're also risky too because you're working with time. When you buy shares, you hold those for forever. They don't expire. So there's no pressure. Well, they also don't make as much money. Options make money because they expire. There's a time element there. And so they pay differently. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I would normally do, which is probably this contract with an 8-day expiration. And I'm just going to hit it. And before I go on, I just want to ask, does anybody have any questions about expiration date, um, days left in the contract, or what that 100 represents? If anybody has a question, drop it in the chat. Okay. I'm going to assume there are no questions, and we're just going to look at this stuff and talk about what we see. This, my friends, is called your options chain. Oh, y'all, wait a minute. Let me get myself over here. We looked at this. I'm going to put QQQ up here because I do still need to keep my eye on that price. Okay, 299.63. It's just coming down. Okay. I'm only going to use QQQ on the options chain because I do need to keep my eye on the price because if it really dips. And anybody else, if you're out there, if you got your eye on it, let me know if it starts to creep down near to 295. Excuse me. Okay. So here's our options chain. The options chain is where you go to buy your contracts. And there's a lot of information that you can include on your options chain. It's totally up to you, but I will tell you some of the things I like to have. Of course, I want the bid ask because bid and ask, that's how we determine the price. The ask is what they are asking for it. It's just like any auction, any place you're buying something. Like when you go to buy a car, they got a sticker price. That's your ask. The bid, if I'm not mistaken, is I think, don't quote me. We did this. Dee did this, you guys. So you all, I'm going to post that. I'll put that Zoom in the chat because she went over bid and ask. But bid is the lower of the two. And it's just like an auction. Do you ever want to pay the highest price? No. So we want to come somewhere. We want that bid ask spread to be really tight. You don't want a whole bunch of wiggle room there. So I keep the bid ask. This next one here is the mark. I don't necessarily have to have the mark, but high, low, that tells you the highest price somebody paid for this contract, the lowest they paid. Open interest, that's this entry here. Up, open interest. Did I put last on there? Last is the last price. Open interest tells us how many people are actually in that contract. Delta is for dollars. That's how much you're going to be paid. Your pay is determined by delta. And theta is what you pay if you hold that contract overnight and every day you hold it. So those are some things I like to know. I like to know how much I'm getting paid. I like theta because I hope those they pop up when I hit it. Can you see it? Oh, good. Okay, so theta is how much you're paying every day you hold it. It's a whole calculation. It's a whole thing. Last is how, the price, the last price it was. We talked about high and low. That has to do with the highest somebody paid for this contract, the lowest they paid, the mark, the bid, the ask. You don't have to have all of this stuff up here, but I like to have it there. Okay, so I said, I think we should purchase a put. Yeah, I can see it better if you put the Q's, the question marks in front of it. I can see your questions, but if you put a question mark in front of it, then that way I'll know, it'll catch my attention. If you look at your options chain, and I promise you, I don't want to inundate you with too much info, so I'll keep it brief and simple. On one side, we have calls. Calls are the contracts that we buy if we think the price is going to go up. On this side, you have puts. Puts are contracts that we purchase if we think the price is going to go down. And just looking at Southwest, and I can go back to Southwest now because I just wanted to peek at QQQ. I'm going to go back to Southwest. And the way I do that is I put the ticker LUV up here where in that field. And so this options chain is the options chain for Southwest. And just taking a cursory look at it, I think the price is going to go down. I think price is going to continue to go down. So I want to buy a put. And I'm going to go over here and decide which one of these contracts is the best contract for me. And by best, I mean it's one that I can afford. And I think it's one that gives me the best chance of coming out with a profit. And so since I think price is going to go down, I like contracts that are in the money. The ones that are down here in this color, like purple, it looks maybe purple or blue. These are contracts that are in the money. And by in the money, it simply means they already have intrinsic value. That we're already starting off with a little bit of an edge because they're already trading above the price. This is currently selling for $33.95. These contracts here are this one is the strike price is 34, and as you go down, this is 36, 37. You can see if I purchase these, they already have some intrinsic value. So I start there. The ones that are in black are considered out of the money. And those contracts are just a little bit riskier because, they're trading, I'm sorry, their strike is at $31. Well, you got to get all the way up to the 33.95. No, I don't. They're cheaper, I'll tell you that, but they're a bit riskier. And so I'm not interested in increasing my risk. I want to give myself the best chance of getting a good contract. So a lot of people will purchase one right here or right here. This is considered at the money. Not necessarily, oh, living my dream. Jump in here, please. Because I heard that these are riskier. Now give me a chance to grab one of these grapes. Living my dream. Are you saying that the ones that are out of the money are not riskier? Is that what you mean? Not necessarily. Help. I'm so glad you are here. Can you talk to us about in the money and out of the money contracts? Just drop us a little gem. Because I was told that these are a little bit riskier in terms of coming out profitable. I'm driving and listening, so can't really type. Okay, then I will put a pin in it and I will just talk about in the money, out of the money, and we won't talk about risk because I think that's your point. This is also helpful. Okay, but Francis, I want to make sure that I am not giving you anything. So that's why I try to keep it general. So let me go back to this and then we'll talk about risk later. These ones that are in black are out of the money. These that are in purple are in the money. That's a fact. So for me, I used to purchase contracts that were way up here in the money. I can tell you this, the further up this chain you go, these are more expensive. If you play right around here at the money, these contracts are less expensive. And hopefully, living my dream can give me some insight into if they're risky or not. Because I don't want you all out here saying, Sandra said those are riskier. Sandra's a new trader. Um, but for a fact, these are out of the money, these are in the money. And we are just going to buy one. Y'all, we're not going to be talking about, is it a good contract, is it a bad contract? I just want you to see how to buy one. The easiest, most simple way to buy your first contract, because sometimes we need to just get over the fear of pushing a doggone button. You can't break anything. You can't you can't mess up. It's paper money. So take a chance. Do you get the disclaimer? Please. And I promise you, if you all notice, I try to talk very generally and I want to give it to you very simply because I don't want you to have to unlearn. But what I do want you to do is have a basic understanding of what you're looking at. So, out of the money contracts, in the money contracts, and I'm going to tap. If you notice, when I hover over the bid, it says sell. When I hover over ask, it says buy. So we want to buy a contract. So I'm going to tap that. And okay, the important thing is the delta because that will tell you what you make on each dollar move of the stock. Risk will be relative. Okay, so living my dream, I want to make sure I got this right. Just because a contract is out of the money, or just because a strike price is out of the money, the further out of the money it is, does that make it less likely to result in a profitable trade? I think that was the understanding that I got. That if you purchased a contract that was way out of the money, that it might be less likely to be profitable than a contract that was purchased maybe at the money or in the money. I think that's what I was trying to communicate. And I think you can answer that in a yes or a no, because I know you're driving. And then we appreciate you taking the time to share with us. As you get closer to the in the money, the theta, wait a minute. As you get closer to the money, the theta will go down. Okay. Theta for me, when I'm looking at this chart, begins to decrease. The further out of the money I go, the theta decreases. That's a good one for you to help us with. I lean on my friends. I'm sorry. I will ask because, who else? Who's better to help than your friends? Okay. So, living my dream, I'm going to leave it at we understand in the money, out the money, and then maybe that would be a good Zoom topic for all of us newbies to understand the relationship that this options chain, what we're seeing as we go out of the money and in the money. What does that mean in terms of profitability and the likelihood that your contract turns out in your favor? So we know I'm not fooling with those out of the money contracts today. I'm going to buy one right at the money. And if I hover over the ask, it says buy. I'm going to tap it. And I hope that you guys can see that pop up menu. Can you guys see it? I hit it. I'm just trying to see if it opens up. I don't think it opens up. Okay, let's see. Nope. You can't. Oh, there it is. It does open up. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to come over to where it says buy. And then I'm going to go up and hit single because I just want to buy a single one. And the tray, I call this a tray, opens up with those contracts. And then we can talk about how many we want to buy. Okay. I'm going to stop and read this comment. I'm going to post it too. Living My Dream says, think of it this way. In the money delta is 55. So the stock goes up $1, you make $55. Out of the money delta is 15. Same dollar move, you make $15. Risk doesn't change, just the profit changes. Ah, profit potential changes. Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. And Linda, I'm not sure what you, oh, it does show up. That's what you're saying yes to. Okay. So living my dream, thank you for that. The profit potential changes. So maybe that's why I was told that out of the money contracts weren't as attractive because you stand to profit less. Got it. But those are also cheaper too. So I guess you have to risk or you have to kind of weigh your risk to reward. That's always going to be in the back of your mind. But I don't want to confuse anybody today. Living my dream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you were on. I am so glad you were here. So I still stand by, I prefer at the money contracts. Yeah, those deltas are nicer. And you all know at one time, I tell you, I was all the way shimmying up to the top of the thing because the deltas were so high. Okay, so we did select a contract or we did select a strike price. And so it opens this up. So you'll see it says a single buy, and then you see this number 10. In my real life, I would never purchase 10 contracts. So I try to do my paper account the same way I practice in my paper account is the way I would normally trade in the real world. It doesn't do me any good to come over here and just be balling out in paper money. It doesn't do me good in terms of practice when I'm not going to be moving that way in my real account. So I move the same way in my paper account because really what I'm doing is practicing. I want to see what's going to happen if I purchase 3 contracts. Because Southwest has such a low ticker price, I might buy 10 of these, but I would never buy 10 QQQ contracts because QQQ contracts, QQQ trades at over $300 a share. That's pretty pricey. So just because, let's see, Southwest is trading at $33.76. You can get this contract for, on the high end, $78. 10 of those would be around $780. You might buy 10. But let's keep it uniform. We'll buy 3. 3 is a good number for me because I like the way I can shave off. If I purchase 3 contracts, the trade is going my way. I want to get some of these profits off the table. I can always sell 2 and keep 1 and let it, go on and on and on and see if it's going to make more money. They call that a runner. So you would sell 2 and maybe leave 1 runner. That's why I like a lot size of 3. Or if you feel really frisky, maybe you only sell 1 and let the other 2 ride and you take them off as you gain more profits. Or if the trade changes and it's not profitable anymore, then you can sell them all. Many times, if I'm just playing around, I'll buy 1 contract and then I'm sad because I have to make a decision. I sell it for a profit and then the thing continues up. I wish I had left 1 runner in there. So 3 for me is it's an easy number. I don't lose any sleep when I purchase 3 contracts. I heard someone say this and I know it's true for me. If you're investing, if you're buying options contracts, and you are in a trade and your tummy is upset, you can't sleep at night, you're fretting over this, you have probably risked more money than you should, because you shouldn't be anxious. And I mean, there's going to be some anxiety because, of course, you hope you make money, and of course, you hope you don't lose money, but you don't want to oversize. You don't want to be out here mortgaging the house. You don't want to put your capital at risk in a way that you can sustain some sizable losses. Don't do that. This is not get rich quick. This is not, I got a hot stock tip, let me go on. No, please don't do that. That's not investing. That's gambling. That's a gamble. I won't even say it's gambling, but that's a big gamble and it's risky. So appropriately sized investments won't keep you up late at night. They won't have you, anxious and you don't want that. Trading shouldn't be a cause of anxiety. You can tell, y'all know, we've all heard, folks overdid it and lost the family farm, lost a house. That's not this. So I'm going to start with 3 contracts. And I like 3 because I can, at any time in that trade, if the trade's going my way, I can sell 1, leave 2, sell 2, leave 1. If the trade starts to turn against me, I can sell them all. And that's a way to mitigate your losses. Even paper trading money, pretend it's your money. Yes, you don't want to practice poorly, because then you will carry that over into your real trading behavior. So don't do that. Practice in your paper money like it's real money. You would never, let yourself lose $17,000 in a trade. Don't do that. It's useless to me then as practice. Okay. So we're buying. I took it down to 3 contracts. We see the symbol right here. It's love. That's telling us that we're buying 3 contracts of Southwest. You'll see this is the expiration date. It's March the 17th. That gives us 8 days. Here's the strike price. It tells us that it's a put. We know that we're purchasing a put because our thesis is that the price is going to go down. And so we're purchasing a put. This is the price, 0.75, I'm sorry, 0.74. But we know that represents 74 cents. That would be if we were only purchasing 1 share. But we know every contract controls 100 shares. So we have to move this over 2 places. It's like elementary 3rd grade math. So each contract is not 74 cents. It's really $74. And did you see the price just change? And so we multiply that by 100 to really see the true price of 1 contract. And we're buying 3 contracts. But to be honest with you, you don't have to do this math in your head. Once we get ready to confirm and send, it'll tell you the price, but you can know ahead of time. This next column says limit. If we hit this, a limit order is a particular kind of order. You could also place a market order. A market order is like, get me in the game fast, coach. I don't care what the price is. I'm going to pay top dollar for it. The move is moving really fast. I just want to get in. I don't generally recommend that you do market orders. I'm sure there's a time and a place for it, but who wants to pay top dollar? When you pay top dollar for those contracts, I think, and living my dream, I hope you're still here with us, because I want you to check behind me as I say this. A market order, if you're paying top dollar, you make it harder for your contracts to become profitable because you've paid top dollar for it. So now you've got to make up all of that before you become profitable. If you place a limit order, it gives you a bit more control over how much you're paying for that contract. And so you do want to negotiate the price. You don't want to ever pay. I don't know about you all, but this is for real, me and my real life. I'm not paying anybody top dollar for anything. Y'all, even in my Airbnb, I don't care who it is. I will never make an Airbnb reservation ever without asking for a discount first. I'm sorry, because the worst thing you can do is say no. I feel the same way about contracts. I didn't know that initially, y'all. Oh my goodness, the things I was out here doing, Lord Jesus. When you know better, you do better. If a move was moving real fast, y'all, I did that. I would have placed the market order in a New York minute. Get me in the game, coach. I made some money still, but not as much money as I could have made had I not overpaid for those contracts. So generally, I think as a general rule, if you can, try to place a limit order. If for some unforeseen reason you just got to get in and you don't have time to wait on market makers to pick your order up, because that's what happens. If you place a limit order, you place your order and then you have to wait for them to pick it up. I enter most all of my trades market. I do this to get filled instantly. Yes. Trading very liquid stocks, they will have a very small spread, so the fill won't be bad market ordered. You know what? I did that too in the beginning. I did all my market orders too. I overpaid. So you guys can see, you get to decide. And there is a time and a place for market orders. There is a time and a place for a limit order, but that's up to you. You decide how much you want to pay. But living my dream is absolutely true. If you do that's right. If you hit a market order, it gets filled instantly. Well, yeah, because that's top dollar. Of course, market makers are going to take that and they'll take and fill your order, I'm pretty sure, before they fill a limit order. And with limit orders, sometimes you find yourself waiting around. So here's the drawback. I'll give you both the pros and cons. The pros of a market order, when you're saying just get me in the game, coach, I don't care about the price, is that your order will get filled instantly. Wouldn't say top dollar, but a lot more so than a limit. Yeah, you're paying more. But a limit order may sit there. It may sit. The move could pass you by. A market order gets filled instantly if you're trying to get in there. So there you go. You guys research it for yourselves. Do you a video? I have one. It's called How to Pick the Best Options Contract. And it talks about the difference between a market order and a limit order. But just for the basics, market orders get filled immediately. Limit orders, you got to wait around for them to pick that order up. Market orders can be more expensive because in a limit order, you can kind of name your price. But I'll tell you this, if you go too low, you'll be sitting there, and I've done that too. I've gone, and got a little ambitious and asked for a really big discount, and they don't fill it. So just so you know the difference, but watch the video. I have a video. It talks about how to place, or, the difference between market orders, limit orders, and how to pick the best contract. Limit controls when you get filled because they have a hard entry. Now, when I trade stocks, I only limit order in. When I'm trading options, I always mark it in. So, you guys, that's something to consider too. All right. So, I'm going to keep going right across here because, again, we just want to go through how do you place this order? This is day. That'll come into play later and best. Okay, we'll talk about all of those later. So here we have an order tray, y'all. We know we're buying single. We're buying 3 contracts of Southwest, This is our expiration date. We're buying a put because our thesis is the price will go down. The only thing you need to do now, and you guys, just so you know, this is just a straight order. I am not going to show you right now how to place an OCO, which would be how to put your stop limit on, how to put a trailing stop, none of that stuff. Let's just keep it simple. We're going, yep, there are lots of choices. Watch the video, please watch it. I promise you guys, I think there are 3 or 4 videos that I recommend on how to pick the perfect options contract. And these are experts. They'll tell you, hey, Nirel. Okay, so we're going to hit confirm and send. I hope the dialog box opens for you guys. I hope you can see it. So once that dialog box opens, it says order confirmation dialog. Read that thing. Read it over and over and over again. At least read it twice just to make sure that you are getting what you want. And it says order description. Buy 3 LUV, which stands, that's Southwest ticker. You know, that 100 means that each contract controls 100 shares. Here's the expiration date. You want to check that. You want to check the strike price. That is what you want. You want to make sure it's a put. You get to see what you're paying for it. It tells you your break even price here. It tells you your maximum profit. It tells you your max loss. And on this, our max loss would be $219. It tells you the cost of the trade, which is your premium plus any fees. And for this one, it's $1.95. I don't know if price has gone up. I thought it was generally $1.65, but that's what you're paying. And this, okay, so then everything else here is just like our money. It tells you how much money you're going to have left over. So we're actually paying $219 plus the $1.95, so $220.95 to purchase these 3 puts. So I'm going to hit the send button. And because it's a limit, it might not get filled immediately. I'll also show you, just for the sake of it, we'll go back and do the same order as a market order, and you'll see how they fill differently. Okay. And by fill, I mean they get picked up. So I'm going to hit send. And if you notice, there's this green little thing here that says buy. And right over here, it says buy. I'm going to view it. And you'll see that it says working, which means it did not get picked up instantly. It did not. It's working. That's okay. Guess what? We're going to let it work. There. Did you see it? It just got filled. There's a little report up there. It pops up in the corner. It tells you exactly. Okay. Yeah, mine on my thing it said $1.95. Oh, there you go. A 65 cents a contract. Thank you. That's why. So 3 made $1.95. Y'all better get y'all some smart friends. I got smart friends that don't want to, they want to see us win. I'm telling you, Johnny usually drops in here too. You ever see people who just come with goodwill? I'm sure they got plenty of stuff to do, but they will come and sit with us and drop good in gems, free. That blows my mind every time. Okay, so we got those 3 contracts, and the reason it was $1.95. Thank you, living my dream. I'm like, why is this $1.95? Is that it is 65 cents per contract. So we bought 3, we paid $1.95 for those. Okay, so all in all, you guys, we have put $220 out. Your smart friends are my smart friends now. Yes, indeed, Kathy, you better come on and get this free. I'm telling y'all, it's the best thing ever. This was one of the smartest things I've ever done in my life, was to just come out here and be vulnerable and tell people, I want to learn this. Would you, some of you smart people, come help me? And they did, y'all. But had I been sitting at home trading by myself in the dark, afraid to say that I don't know, afraid to just say, I need help, I wouldn't be getting this. I wouldn't have this community. I think it speaks to being vulnerable. Tell folks, don't be ashamed. You don't know. I don't know. And it makes it, I don't know. For me, it took such an edge off. Everybody knows I don't know. Yes, our smart friends, free, free, free. Who does that? Who does that? Who comes and gives you free information? Okay, so you all, those were the three that we bought at a limit. And so let's just look at them real quick because they're right here. You can already see that those three contracts have made us $1.50. Did I say we were going to get rich quick? No. But we've got 8 days. We can let them cook for 8 days. We can jump out whenever the profit gets to the place that we're happy with it. Yeah, trading alone in the dark, it was terrible. It was a horrible way to go. But so now I can do it out in the open, and my friends stop me if they see me doing something. Okay, that isn't beneficial. So, you all, that was a limit order. Let's go ahead and do that same thing. We're going to purchase the same three, but this time we're going to do it as a market order. And you will see how quickly the market order gets picked up. That's one of the biggest difference. Living My Dream said it. Your limit order doesn't get picked up always immediately. I've had some limits get picked up immediately, but a market order is instant. So I'm going to go right back to and hover over this ask. And when I hover over it, it says buy. That's how you know. And I'm going to tap it. I'm going to go to buy, and I'm going to go to single. And again, this tray, I call this a tray. It pops up, and I'm just going to read across. It's a single. Yep, we want to buy. I'm going to move this down to 3 because we're buying 3 contracts. LUV, that stands for Southwest. This is our expiration date. This is our strike price. This is a put. We are purchasing puts because we think the price is going to go down. And instead of limit, I'm going to change this right here where it says order. I'm going to change it to a market order. And then I'm going to, oh, we already made $3. Where can you do that, y'all? Where can you do this? That's all I want to know. Now, imagine had we bought 10 contracts, we up $6. Had we bought 10, we would be up $60. Y'all just made $60. You just made lunch money for me and everybody. We could go home. I'm telling y'all. Okay, y'all better get on this. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to purchase 3 as a market order. And then you all know what? Why don't I go ahead? No, I'm going to do it 3 because I want to keep some parity. Confirm and send. We can look at it again. We're buying 3, blah, 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 blah. You read it, read it, read it. The max profit is $9,900, blah, blah, blah. We're paying $222. Again, we're paying $1.95 because Living My Dream just told us there's 65 cents for each, and we bought 3, so that's $1.95. So in total, we're putting $223.95 on the table. I'm going to send, and you guys watch how quickly it gets filled instantly as soon as I hit that button. So you better be sure that's what you want. Done. Did you see? Done, done, done. So now we have 6 contracts, you guys, and we're up $9 already. So now just 4 kicks. Do not do this. I just want you to see how the money goes. I'm going to come and let's see. Now this is what I would do. Now this is the real truth. Now I'm gonna start looking at my delta and my theta. This is what I would do. Because personally, I like to get paid a lot of money. If I'm out here, I want to get paid. And so here, this one has a delta of 88, whereas the ones that we purchased had a delta of 55, and they have a theta of 0.02. I'm going to buy these. I'm going to buy 3 of them. And we're just going to look at the difference in how That delta being higher pays you a little more. So I'm going to buy, do the same thing, buy single. I'm going to purchase 3 because we want to see how that, I'll do a market and a limit. So here's our limit. The only thing that's different is that we have a higher delta. So I want to see if that higher delta is going to pay faster, better. It should. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to buy 3 of these at this higher delta, and I'm going to buy them as a market order, and it'll go through immediately. We can't mess anything up. It's paper money, y'all. But I'm going to do a market order, and you'll see again, bam, it goes through immediately. And it filled. I want to change your mouse color and make it bigger. I left my glasses in the US. Okay, my mouse, oh, I don't know if I can change it. I'll try to change it for you, okay? All right, so now let's look. Okay, so now we are up a total of $24. And here's what I'm gonna tell y'all. Anybody who wants to could go right over and place these trades in your real account, and you would be up $36. That's so y'all, we just traded. I don't know what else to tell y'all. In our paper account, we just made $36. You could cash that out if you wanted to and go on home. Or you could hang around and now we made $48. So that's trading, y'all, in a nutshell. Keep in mind though, the delta affects your risk as well if you're wrong on the trade. Yeah, you told me that. Yes. So let's talk about that, because as fast as you're making money is as fast as you could be losing money. So that delta is important. You can mitigate some of your risk too by buying the lower strike price, because even though it's only going to make $58, it's only going to lose $58. I picked a delta that was, it's up to 93. Yeah, you're going to make that, but you could lose it. But y'all, can somebody please tell me, anybody could have took these trades, y'all. We spent 400. I got to talk to Living My Dream. I don't know if you got my email, but I was going to ask you if you could talk to us about risk reward, how much you're risking versus how much you're getting paid. Because did you guys see that? We were up $75 like 30 seconds ago, and now we're down to $63. You want to monitor that. And so what I usually do is I just go over here to my chart and you're looking. So let me go over here to my chart. Now we're going to look at what price is doing, because we do want to capitalize on the profits, y'all. So I'm going to go over to my 3-minute chart just so I can see what's going on. We said we thought price would go down. Well, look what price is doing. It is going down 33.69. But if it starts to go up, we want to get out of that trade potentially. If we just want to do a quick scalp, y'all, we could be in and out of this trade and cash in. We purchased time. We could let this go on according to our weekly chart. We should be in a down, we should have some down days and some downtime coming. We purchased 8 days. You could choose. You could get out of this trade. Look at it. It's the price is going down. Let's go back and look at where our money is. So we're up to $81 in profit. So you guys, that's all I'm doing. That's what I've been doing for the last. It's not get rich quick. You could make $8,000, but you would be risking more money to make that. So we're up to $84. I'm going to tell you what I've learned in my experience. When I get to $100, I don't care what the world, I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm cashing out, because $100 for me, if I could make $100 a day, y'all, come on. So we just made $84. I'm going to go back to the chart and I'm going to look to see if I think the price is going to continue to go down. And it looks like we've got these red candles coming in. I like what I see. I'm looking at my MACD is still, these are nice bright red. They brightened up again. This is pointing down. Look at my RSI though. My RSI is oversold. So eventually, you guys, I think that thing's going to turn up. I buy call. I do it all. But look at my lemon squeeze too. My lemon squeeze went back to red, y'all. And so these are all things that tell me maybe we still got some price dropping, But you have to decide. I can't tell you when to get out or when to get in a trade. So let's go back and check our money. Let's see what this next candle. Look at this next red candle coming in. So we're at $33.61. Let's go look. We just made $111. I don't know about $117. Are y'all following this stuff? I wish somebody had taken those trades. You could. You could have. Let's go back to the page. I'm going to go back to where it is so we can look at the breakdown. So here's what we bought. We bought 6 puts at I'm sorry, yeah, we bought 6 puts that made $60. Oh, they both are performing basically the same. And then we have another, these 6 are valued at $60. So you guys can see what's going on here. Our total profit so far is $123. I should have took that trade myself. You could have took that trade. You could cash out now, and I'll do whatever the group says. Since we have 6 here, 6 here, we can either cash out the 120. That will go to, toward the balance in our paper account, or, we can leave some. You guys tell me what you want to do before you take the trade. Okay. What did you say? You really want to know your entry in your target area and where you will get in and out. Yeah. Yes. If the trade goes against you. Yep. So for today, living my dream, I just wanted to show them how to place a trade, just how to go in, how to do the mechanics, how to get out, because the art or the real, this is mechanics, y'all. You don't want mechanics to get in your way. You need to know this is where you go to buy, this is where you go to sell, this is how you see where the profit is. Okay, Marilyn says let's leave some. Okay, so far we're up to $147. The profits keep increasing. Sandra, do you want to take the trade? Nope, I do not, because you know what I have found out. I'm not good at trading and teaching at the same time. It just keeps me torn. Here's another thing I know. Y'all, the market is going to be open tomorrow. It's going to be open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can make this same $150 on tomorrow. I stopped chasing trades. If you want to take it, feel free. You see what's happening. It's $150 so far. I will go over again and look at the chart, and she just keeps dropping. No. I'm not, Carol. I'm not going to take it. Because it can turn. Look at it. You see, our RSI is starting to turn up. So I am going to do just, oh, wow, we're at 144. Yeah. I am going to cash one of these in simply because I don't want to give back too much of this profit. So the one that's at $66, I'm going to create a closing order and sell those 3, or we could sell, some and leave a runner. Y'all see where we're going with this. So I'll sell this one and leave the other one in case it keeps going. So we will sell that. We just sold it, and we'll get those profits into our paper account. And so we left these 6, and these 6 are up to $84. We cashed out $69 for the first ones, and we still have these other 6. Can you guys see that? I'll pull it up here. So we still have So now we're up to $96 on those. And then you just see our running total for today. We made 165 so far. Um, yep. So we instead of leaving a runner, I just left the other contracts, those other six. And that's it, folks. So today, I think we did a pretty good job of just rolling through how do you purchase a contract? How do you sell a contract? Where do you go to see your profits? We need to get together so I can show you the ladder. Much easier to get in and out of trades. Please live in my dream. I want all the tools. And because, as soon as you show it to me, I am going to show it to my friends. So I don't know if you want to show us in a Wednesday Zoom. It would mean the world to me if you would join us on a Zoom. We would feel so honored to have your expertise, the benefit of your expertise. But if you just want to explain it to me, that's fine. And then I will try to give that back to the community so that they can understand how ladders work too. I hope it helps you guys see, that this is not for somebody else. These are trades we could absolutely take. Maryland gave us that. Maryland wanted to do Southwest. It wouldn't have been, you know how I am. Y'all know I trade QQQ, the same thing every day. But our trade is still being profitable. It's dropping. Check your put. Oh, you talking about QQQ? Say no mas. I'm on it. Hold tight, folks. Talk amongst yourselves because I need to see it. Okay, I need to know where she going. Thank you. Y'all know the drill. We have to watch out for each other. And somebody keep their eye. Oh, Lord, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at her. Y'all, I hope y'all can see QQQ. I love trading. Can you tell? My mind is bad. I just need a reminder. Okay, living my dream. I'll send you an email again because if you could join us on Wednesday to talk about really anything you like, but risk reward was one of those things I wanted to talk about. And I wanted to talk about that ladder because I think that would be helpful. I know I need help with risk reward. I just don't know that I have a good frame. All right, so QQQ is doing her thing, y'all. You see her shimmying on down? Oh my gosh, I love it. But I do need her to come down a little bit more. But this is a good thing. But can you all see this pattern? Look at that. She does this little bunny hop thing. I tell you, it's a thing of beauty. I just love it. Look at the RSI. It went all the way from the top down to the bottom. You all, I love it. Okay, before we get out of here, because I do need to, I'm not ready to sell my puts yet because it's still not low enough, but baby, she's dropping, and that's a good thing. So I'm gonna leave it because Marilyn, I need her to get down just a little bit more. Don't you love that pattern? Look at it. It's such, it's so clear. Y'all, I love trading. I'm sorry. Look at QQQ. Hop, hop, hop. That's undeniable. You can see it plain as day. So that's just one thing. When I tell you anybody can do it, but thank you, Miss Vice. Because I get caught up in the talking and the teaching of it all. She is definitely shimmying down the pole, and I love it. But I'm going to go back over here, you guys, to see where we are in terms of profits. Okay, so you see we're at $204 for the day. So hey, here's what we can do with the remainder. Because we have 8 days left, we can leave those other six if you guys like, or we could cash those out too. So I'm gonna look at the chart just to see. And I'm gonna go back over here to love to see. Let's see, LUV. Look at it dropping. Hey. I don't know what happened, but price continues to drop. And if all patterns were that clear, I know. But when it does happen, y'all, it's a thing of beauty. So look at where we went from. We were at $33 and 60 something cent. We're down to $33 and 52 cents. As long as she keeps dropping, hey, long look at it, look at it. That's more money for us. $33.50. I'm watching my MACD. I'm looking at my RSI. Whoo, it's oversold, y'all. But you can see the lemon squeeze is still red. So all these things are saying, hang on for just a little bit. I'm going to also look at it at the 5 minute. I'm going to see what my 5 minute chart is telling me, because that's going to tell me whether or not I should stay in this trade. And look, this is still nice, strong red, nice, strong red. It is a little oversold. And so I'll be watching that, because if this RSI starts to turn up, like, did you see that price tick up 1 penny? I'm going to be looking at these next candles. Look at that green candle. Generally, folks, if I see a green candle like that and I've made some money, I might, I might be inclined to just cash out. So I'm going to let you guys determine what we do with this last one, because we're at 207. We could max out and sell it, or we could leave it for the 8 days. So that's my last question to you guys. Do you want to sell these last ones today, or do you want to leave them over time, because we have 8 days, to see if maybe price continues to go down? What says the group? Sell the rest of them, or should we let them ride? What do y'all want to do? Anybody care? I say it's paper money. Let's leave them joints. And here's why I say leave them. I'm going to go back to my chart, and I'm going to look at what my daily chart and my let it ride. That's what I say. Sell one, but I want to see how one performs over time. Okay. So we sold 6. We'll leave these to see how they perform over time. And I'm going to tell you why I said leave them too, because when I looked at the weekly chart looks like it's just beginning a downward trend. And so this looks like it's getting bigger, it's getting redder. This one's getting bigger, it's getting redder. My RSI looks like it's dropping. It was at 41.26, 0.27. It's vacillating, but that RSI, I can't really tell if it looks slightly like it's pointing down. Okay, so let's go back and look at where we are for the day. 207. To be truthful with y'all, for real, I cash that money out and be gone. I would cash it out. But since this is class and we just want to see, how it performs over time, I will leave these. I'll be posting. Let me go ahead and take a screenshot. Okay. I'll post on the community tab how they do. I'll look, let's see, today is Thursday, because we won't be back in class until Tuesday. So I'll post over the weekend how they do. And I won't do anything with them. Even if they go, even if it turns against us, you'll get a chance to see in real life, like what happens. So I'll leave those, and we'll see. When overnight holding, remember theta deducts each day, so you have to weigh that as well. Yes, that's why I like a low theta, because theta is what you pay daily. Like, you've already paid your premium. But remember, I'm trying to think, did we have what our theta was on those? I can go back and look at it. That's why I like a low theta, you guys, especially if you're swing trading, if you're holding something overnight, if you're holding it over the weekend, you pay that theta every day. So that cuts into your profits too. So that's something to consider. Do you want to snatch the profits while you see them? Because overnight, living my dream is right. You're going to pay theta. I don't know, y'all. That's why I like high deltas and low thetas. All right, folks. It has been so real. I'm just going to go take one last peek at this chart. It has been so real trading with y'all. I just love it. Yeah, that's the weekly. Let me look at the daily. I'm gonna look on the 5 minute just to see. Yeah, I think she's still gonna be falling a little. Let me look at the 1 minute. Nobody trades on, yeah, theta's time decay. Nobody trades on the 1 minute, but I'm nosy. I like to look and see. Okay, so look at this. On the 1 minute, you guys, you can see this. This would be called consolidation. Price hasn't changed any, and we know that. We're looking at it. Price hasn't changed. But look at this. It's starting to turn upward. You see these green, this everything here says even my RSI is starting to come up. So I would expect maybe in the next few minutes or so that this price is probably going to start creeping up. So if it was a day trade and I was trying to get out of here, I might sell. But since we're swing trading it, we'll let these jokers ride. And I will see you guys back here on Tuesday. Same channel, same everything. Thank you. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. It means the world to me. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Get your life together and come over and help us. Because honestly, there's always somebody in this chat that knows more than me. There's always somebody in here who is kind enough to just feed us for free. Living my dream trading could be out making money. He could be doing any number of things. And so to have somebody with expertise come and share so willingly, he does it. Johnny does it. I haven't seen C Bar in a while. Lisa, Miss Vice, they all do it. They just give to us. Oh Lord, did y'all see that? $33.48. Hold tight. Hold tight, hold tight. What are we doing? We're up to $216. So let's hope price keeps dropping, folks. And I will keep you posted. Hey, Ileana, I'm so glad you made it. I'm so glad you made it. Okay, we'll cut out. I'll post on the community page how this trade is coming along. Talk to you guys soon. It's always fun. Bye, folks. Later, Gators. Okay. You all follow Living My Dream Trading. He's gonna talk about the ladder. You know I'll be over there to see. Bye, Marilyn. Marilyn, thank you so much for everything. I couldn't do this without Marilyn. Just so y'all know, y'all be kind to Marilyn. Give her her flowers. Marilyn keeps us straight. She lets me know if there's sound, if there's anything going on. So thanks, Marilyn. You're a lifesaver. Bye, folks. See y'all on Tuesday.